Dick Lewis is one of the true broadcast pioneers of Colorado. Dick was prominent on Denver television in the 1950s and 60s, primarily for hosting movies and live programs on KLZ-TV Channel 7 and KBTV Channel 9 in Denver. He was born on January 26, 1927 in Waco, Texas. He was a Navy veteran and a graduate of Baylor University. He started his career in Waco, Texas on radio. He then moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he moved into TV. In 1954, he went to work for KLZ-TV Channel 7 in Denver. He became the host of the Channel 7 Late Show movies. He was like no other TV personality in Denver.
He kind of took Denver by storm because nobody had been that kind of a pitchman before. And it captured Denver's imagination.
Say, right now I'm talking to you mothers out there. Yes, sirree, because I know that although you love those little ones of yours, as you should, sometimes when you're trying to get your housework done, they get in your hair, don't they? But you can't turn them outside because, gosh, they'll get in the street or in Mrs. Jones' rose bushes and just all sorts of trouble. But I'll tell you what, if you got a real lock fence, you won't be like this mother, all upset and can't do your housework. No, sirree. You'll be just as happy as a lark because then you can turn them outside and they'll be safe and sound behind a real lock fence. You see, Colorado Fuel and Iron, Real Lock, a division of CF&I, takes the raw iron ore, makes it into steel, the steel into wire, the wire into wire fabric, and that into a fence, and they install it around your home. And let me tell you, the whole job is done by CF&I, Real Lock. And the middleman profits are cut out. That's why you get a better fence for less money when you go with Real Lock. No money down, and as low as $10 a month for the average installation when you buy Real Lock, set 30 inches deep in concrete around your home. Let me tell you something else. Full true gauge domestic wire that they make and manufacture as well as install. And it's plated to stay that way and smooth. Give it the old stocking test, you know, like this, ladies, or a Kleenex test, and you won't tear it because there are no little bumps of zinc left on there from dipping. That's a fine fence. Compare and then buy Real Lock. Real Lock, a division of CF&I at 4930 Colorado Boulevard. Call old Captain Bly out there tomorrow and tell him Dick Lewis sent you. All righty? For a Real Lock fence, a real fence.
He ad-libbed most of the TV commercials.
I mean, he talked very fast, and he sold very hard, and sometimes one word got in front of the other they didn't want. And specifically, I remember him saying, "This freezer is big enough to lay your mother-in-law in."
He'd run up to the camera, you know, there's 7-Up, and remember the big 7 at UP afterwards.
The cameramen, directors, and engineers learned to be ready for anything to happen in the studio.
You let him do what he wanted to do. The only constraint you had was time.
But he was always all over the place, and they really had to be on their toes to follow him around and keep him in focus.
You let him move out of the shot. And then the camera would wave him back.
His TV engineers, cameramen, and directors were among his biggest fans. On the air and off the air, he was just one of the guys.
One of the favorite things was making life as miserable for Dick Lewis as we could, because he took it well and always managed to blunder his way out of it.
Lewis would do a commercial for Western Motor Rebuilders, and they had a car engine on a dolly.
Well, somebody blocked that with putty or vegetables or something. They closed up the end of the exhaust. He turns on the engine. Listen to this paper purr, and great clouds of smoke were coming up out of the engine.
We had a Pizza Hut across the street. It was a sponsor. And of course, they would deliver a pizza to Dick before their spot went on.
So one time, the crew dusted the pizza with alum. And he takes a bite, and he did the lamest and quickest commercial you could imagine. Never a word from the client, so I guess it was moderately effective. And people would watch and laugh at him, but still buy the product.
He was one of the most sought-after pitchmen in Denver because he sold product for his advertisers.
Don't make a $300 mistake. People shop Pierce Dodge for one reason, to save a buck.
Ending TV commercials with,
Tell him Dick Lewis sent you. All righty?
After leaving Channel 7, he moved to KBTV Channel 9, where he hosted the Mickey Mouse Club for 7 years. He also worked in the Channel 9 sales department. After Channel 9, he co-owned the Richards Advertising Agency with BPC executive Dick True. He continued appearing in commercials after leaving his on-air television hosting job.
Ever listen to Coffee Beans Roast? I do every day. I'm the roast master for Signature Coffees.
He passed away at the age of 87 in 2014. He was fondly remembered by viewers in Denver. He was a one-of-a-kind talent in Denver TV. BPC welcomes Dick Lewis into the Broadcast Pioneers of Colorado Hall of Fame.